The sixth item needing consideration today is approving a grant application between Mesa County Government and the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, Office of Environmental Justice and External Civil Rights for the Environmental and Climate Justice Community Change Grant in the amount of $20 million for the Clifton Community Commons Phase 1 Implementation Project. We do have Gideon Bullock, our Facilities Director, here to present. Good morning, Gideon.
Good morning, Gideon Bullock, Director of Facilities, Mesa County. Yeah, so this, it was kind of it's a long title that you just read, but basically it's a grant to transform underserved communities, open spaces to promote healthy outdoor recreation, clean water and air, to boil it down. And so it's $20 million in through actually years of consensus building with Clifton community groups, Trust for Public Land, District 51. Then this grant opportunity came up and a lot of little projects are now kind of inside of one grant. So if we go to the first slide, I'm trying to do more pictures than talking, and I'll go as quick as I can because it's been quite a public hearing today. This shows the area that we would target. It's adjacent the Clifton Community Center, Rocky Mountain Park, and we can zoom in one there, Fed. We see Rocky Mountain Park is just north of Rocky Mountain Elementary. And then we have a open field just to the east of that. We would put a maintenance building. And then south, there's a gravel pit that's just about ready to be, it's tapped out. United Sand and Gravel is donating that to basically public use. So we would look to repurpose that gravel pit into a park open space with a lake. So if we go to the next slide, we can see pretty much the existing gravel pit. Looks like it could be used for motocross from here, but really that's not what we would do. The next slide is a very, very high level, kind of back of the napkin, what could be of that gravel pit. Some multi-use sports pitches, trails, hundreds of trees, courts, pavilions for picnics, barbecues. And so that's the general vision. If we were successful with this grant, we would go through rounds of public input to get to the final design. But take special note of the lake, which is around 12 to 15 acres, would likely be, we calculate 8 to 10 feet deep, filled naturally by Colorado River groundwater. Nothing that has to be pumped into the lake because the Colorado River is adjacent south of this property. The groundwater would just fill it naturally when they're done mining it. And we would endeavor to partner with Clifton Water District to have them use that as backup water for drinking water for Clifton residents, because their existing facilities only allow for essentially 1 day of backup water, which is not a good position to be in. And so that's kind of a partnership we would get in with Clifton Water as well. Go to the next slide, Fed. This is Rocky Mountain Park. This is the park that's just north of Rocky Mountain Elementary. It is Mesa County owned. And this is what it looks like right now as a rendering. But if you went over there right now, it looks just like this. And this is what we would transform it into. Courts, the playground's already there. The Clifton community groups have got together and got a grant for that. But we're talking about a skate park, much more sidewalks, a lot more trees for shade, and a bicycle pump track like the one at CMU, which gets so much use. It's crazy over there. More pavilions for barbecues, and just a much better public space for the residents around there to do walking or any kind of outdoor healthy play. The next slide. There's another rendering of what the park would look like. We have a fully developed master plan, but we would have to develop construction documents and do the construction under this grant. So that's kind of a glance of what the park would look like. Next slide. And then since these parks and open spaces, they're expensive to maintain, quite honestly. I mean, you can ask farmers around here the cost of fertilizer over the last 5 years. Just any kind of grounds maintenance has gone up considerably. And so to counteract those costs, to offset our operating costs, we endeavor to put a solar field in Clifton at Clifton Water to offset some of our operating costs. And we estimate it would be close to $500,000 a year off of our utility bills, and that would help us maintain these parks and develop them, even better for the public. So we can go to the next slide. That just a different angle. Next slide we can go to. Okay. Part of the other essential part of this grant, and this is again through so much consensus in the community, is to put a new school field in at Chatfield. And why I say Chatfield is the dynamics with District 51 are changing kind of as we speak. They're closing some schools down. So it was going to be between Chatfield, Clifton Elementary, and Rocky Mountain Elementary, but Rocky Mountain Elementary is right by all those amenities we just put in. And if Clifton Elementary is going to be shut down, that shifts us to Chatfield for basically it's what we call a school field, and it could be playground equipment, outdoor space, like a nature area, and really just a much better situation than what we see. We can go to the next slide. There currently, right? We can really enhance that area for Chatfield and make the school a lot better. This is just a slide right here of when the community got together, the concepts that out of many concepts, they gravitated toward what they want to see for the schoolyard. And so that's how we would drive the design if we were successful in getting this grant for Chatfield Elementary. And so, yeah, I guess the next slide would show the different partners involved in this. It's been a long time coming. Like I said, a lot of these renderings and master plans and concepts have been kind of different visions, but we bring them all together in this grant and have a good chance of making it happen if we can get this. We're successful. And this is great infrastructure. It's not just studies. It's not kind of stuff that goes on a shelf. It's infrastructure in the ground the public can enjoy. So that's pretty powerful to me. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Gideon. Commissioners, do you have any comments during this time?
I'll wait till after if there's any.
Okay, we'll take public comment. Is there any public comment on this item? Okay, we'll bring it back to the board for discussion.
I would just add, I love that this provides a lake for recreation, but also provides backup for Clifton Water. There's good collaboration there. I love that the solar field will be there and tucked away, but offset $500,000 a year of our utilities that can be used for some of the maintenance. I love the partnership with the school district and providing them a playground where they need, and especially the additional outdoor play area for our after-school programs out there. So I definitely support this and hope we get it.
It's really a really cool opportunity, and I hope we get the grant.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
And we'll know by the end of the year, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I heard it's going to be after the
December.
new year that we would find out.
Okay.
But we would have 3 years to implement everything. And we're confident we can do that, given, the professionals we have at Mesa County and the contractors we have in the Valley. We could get everything done, no problem, in 3 years.
That'd be great.
I know you guys have been working on this grant application for quite some time and with various community partners that have come together. And I do think that this solves a lot of problems. Clifton Water, not having that backup, especially with mudslides, fire. There's so many things when you're pulling water directly out of the Colorado River. You need to have that backup.
Mhm.
And
That's-
so
yeah,
this,
and And one of their main concerns is maybe a fuel spill upriver. That would be something they would need this backup water for immediately. So yeah, it's pretty important for Clifton Water District and the Clifton residents for this kind of drinking water availability.
Yeah, it's huge. So thank you so much for at least coming up with really creative ideas, working with all the partners. It's a big list and it really does bring School District 51 needs, our water needs, and just basic community need together. Counties don't normally have this big of a reach when it comes to an urban area like Clifton. And so the fact that this is ours and we're investing and really trying to come up with creative ideas for this really means a lot. And I know how much your guys' team has put into this, so we hope we get it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, I will entertain a motion to approve the item as entered into the record.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.